Hey guys, welcome to another money making video to the channel. Hope you guys have been enjoying all the content lately. If you are, please make sure to leave me a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and drop in any suggestions for future content or money makers in the comments down below. Now without further ado, let's jump into today's money making method, and today is going to be a semi AFK to definitely something you can do while working. We're going to be looking at smelting. Now, weirdly enough, when I was going through sort of different resources to pick out some money makers to do for the next couple of weeks, smithing was considerably up in price. We're not just going to focus on one set of bars today, we're pretty much going to look at orichalcum upwards. Now, the lowest one in terms of a GP per hour is going to actually be orichalcum itself, and that's going to be about 6.5 mil per hour. But what we'll do is we'll go and price check all the prices for the ores and also the bars as well. Now, just before we get started, there's a couple of things just to highlight again for smithing. The first, and probably the one I would absolutely say you need as a minimum, is going to be the family crest quest. The goldsmith gauntlets basically allow you to smith up to 60 bars at a time, and when you're smelting these bars, the bars go automatically into the furnace and not in your inventory, so you can do 60 interactions at a time. It just makes smithing a lot more AFK, which then makes it a lot more enjoyable in my opinion. Now the way smelting works now is that at every 10 levels you're going to unlock a brand new bar. So for example, at level 60 you're going to unlock orichalcum. And then between 60 and 70, you're going to unlock benefits to leveling as well. So really what I would suggest, if you're going to go and do orichalcum at level 60, have 70 smithing because you'll have all these abilities of smelting bars faster. But more importantly as well, having a chance to create an extra bar. That's going to make you more GP. And the more GP you can make, it just means you're going to make more GP per hour. So the orichalcum one is level 62, but they do vary depending by bar. So just go and check which tier you're going to go for, as well as making sure you've got the benefits unlocked. But having the ability to make the bars faster and also the extra bar chance is just going to mean you're going to make some more GP for doing your smelting. So again, if you're going to go for tier 60, have tier 70 smithing because you can just guarantee you've got everything. If you wanted to do orichalcum, just make sure you've got the ability to make the 10% extra bars, then also have the ability as well to go and smith and smelt them faster. So that is pretty much all the requirements you can have. You can also have the modified blacksmith helmet for another 1% chance to make some extra bars. It's not massive and it is a little bit annoying to go and get with the amount of Artisan's Workshop, but if you wanted to do it, the option is there. So the first one we're going to have a look at is orichalcum. So the bar price is going to be 7.7 thousand coins. All of these items are instant bought just because it gives you guys a bit of a margin to work with if you can get priced a little bit cheaper. Orichalcite and Dracolith are relatively inexpensive compared to kind of prices they're going to go at. So to go and buy these resources, it's going to be 5.6k to then turn it into 7.7. And that is just for the actual bar. Once you add in the ability for the 10% chance, that's another 770 GP. Really, that's 8.4k. So you're going to turn 5.6 into 8.4. So it's just under 3,000 coins profit per bar, which is actually really good when you consider how laid back smithing is. Necronium is also one which makes a decent amount of profit. So Necronium is also a tier which actually does really well. So 9.7k is going to be the instant buy price we bought it for. If we whack on 10% on top of that, you're going to be roughly 10.6 thousand coins each. If we were round up these prices as well, 8.2k. So for a 2.4k profit, doing Necronium, very good. Now an item which is exceptionally high at the minute because it's used so much in construction, Bane bars is also very good. Now Bane bars just require 2 Baneite ores to create the bar, which is nice because it just means you just buy one set of ores. I thought the ore price was a little bit high, so that's why I've also checked the margin there. It's about 700 coins, so there is some wiggle room there if you guys wanted to do it. That is going to currently make 2,000 coins profit per bar. You do have the possibility as well of possibly selling that for a higher price and you might be able to get it. 15,000 coins there for a Bane bar is exceptionally high, but it's just because of the hype of the player owned house update as well. We also have Elder Rune. So Elder Rune, at the current price with the bars and the ammo you need to buy for it, you're going to probably just break even with that 15,000 price. But the ability to go and make 10% more bars, that is going to make you another 1.5k profits. So really with the Elder Rune bars, you're making a profit through making the extra ones as opposed to just making profit on the bars. The really nice thing about all the different bars is that you're making profit just basically buying the ores. And then the 10% chance of making extra bars as well is going to be significantly more GP per hour as well. So it's really good place actually. Smithing for a long point, maybe about a year ago, maybe a little bit longer, was incredible in terms of making profit. Like you just couldn't go wrong with smelting bars. Thing is at the minute as well with smithing is that masterwork does require a lot of these bars to create the alloy bars, which is used for masterwork as well, which is why they've kind of like gone back up because of things like masterwork mage, masterwork range coming into the game now. It's also to a point where you've got more demand on the bars as well. So really, it's just a big amount of profit. Now, when I mentioned the masterwork, so when I mentioned the goldsmith gauntlets, you can actually use the blacksmith gauntlets and it'll give you the same effect. Basically, the effect crosses over, and all you simply need to do to go and make some bars is just simply go and click on the ore, go there, and then you have the ability to go and make numerous amounts. So if we go and find an ore we have a decent amount of, so there you go. So we're just going to do bronze bars for this. So you simply just smith directly. And the only reason it's 25 is because I don't have enough ores for it. You can use this as a decent chance to AFK when you have 60. It's going to give you roughly about 2-ish minutes worth of AFK time as well, which is actually really nice. So definitely one where I would focus in on a certain price. I'll focus in on a certain set and just continuously check. What I would recommend at the minute, yes, Bane is up in price because there's some demand. That command could drop quite quickly. So out of all of them, I'd probably be very cautious of Bane. I'd focus more probably on Necronium. Necronium is one of those where it's a lot more stable than Orichalcum, and it's got some form of demand on it as well because it's decent for smithing. But smelting is still a very, very underrated skill. It's actually going to be the second smithing video we have out this month. Smithing is one of those unique skills where you can find so many different things dotted throughout it, which can actually bring you in a pretty huge profit. But you just need to utilize it and just focus on certain prices as well. They will go up and down, and with the bars especially, there will come times they can spike. So low offers in for the ore, buy them gradually over time. It's going to save you profit, but it's also going to give you room on the selling price, just in case you need to sell them and you're at a point where the bars have gone down a little bit. But also, from my experience, the bars tend to sell higher than they do lower, and especially if you're someone who can sit on those bars for a little bit longer, definitely worth doing anyway. However, that is going to wrap up another money making video. I thought this was a good one to throw in, and it's probably one I will cover like 2 or 3 times a year. But what I've said going forward is that if I find something which I deem to be up in price and one that you guys can capitalize at a minute because it's selling well, the prices are more expensive than normal, and it's above its mid price, I'm just going to release the videos because you never know when it's going to decrease and we might lose the chance to show you guys a money making method, which is decent anyway. However, I'm going to wrap up that video. If you guys are enjoying the content, please make sure to leave me a like, subscribe to the channel. I tried to keep the price checking bit a bit condensed compared to normal because normally we could go on like a 5-10 minute ramble. But what I did beforehand is just by price checking them all and just doing it step by step. I'm hoping that would have been a bit streamlined because really for this video, we've gone over 4 different bar types, all of which have benefits. But what I would say for this method in particular, make sure you have the ability to create extra bars because that will give you so much more profit, and to smelt them quicker. The quicker you can smelt them, just means you're going to make more per hour, it just means you're going to make more profits. And then finally, goldsmith gauntlets. Doing it 60 at a time and you're not having to run back and forward in the bank is just so much better. However, going to wrap the video up there. Thank you guys so much for watching. Really hope you enjoyed. I'll see you guys very soon in the next video.